Good morning, everyone. Ben found a ringneck, and so it begins. He's not very active, as it would turn out. Anyways, we are here in Missouri today, hoping to see some snakes. The biggest thing I want to see today is an eastern coach whip. They look incredible in this area. Anyways, look at this habitat. Really awesome area. Really hoping to see some snakes out here today, so we're just gonna start flipping some rocks and see what we can turn up. All right, guys, first relatively notable snake of the day. Trevor flipped this little rough earth snake. Definitely not something I was expecting to see today. Seems more like smooth earth snake territory, but evidently not. Kind of neat. We're gonna take some quick photos of this guy and voucher him and put him back. And there's our first largish snake of the day. Nice little black racer. I believe they're probably southern blacks here. But this is a little juvenile, not too much to say about him. We're just gonna put his rock back. All right, guys, this is kind of neat. This is a little striped bark scorpion here in Missouri. Kind of cool to see these guys in this area, but I figured I'd show them real quick. Probably gonna see quite a few of these guys stay under rocks, so have to watch where we put our fingers. All right, guys, here we have two rough earth snakes under the same little rock. So needless to say, these guys are probably pretty common here, but I was not expecting that, so kind of interesting. All right, guys, here's this little western worm snake I just flipped. Really handsome species of worm snake. Definitely the coolest of the ones we have here, and always a welcome find. I'm really excited to see this guy. When we found the one yesterday, my camera was dead, so I didn't get any pictures of him, so we're gonna take a second to take pictures of this guy, and then we'll put him back under his rock. But western worm snake.
Hey, what's up?
There it is. Beautiful Missouri red milk snake. Only the second one I've ever seen in Missouri. And the first one that wasn't deep in shed. That is an amazing looking little milk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Missouri milk snake. First really good find of the day. We've been wading through a ton of earth snakes, as you've seen. And then finally we were able to flip a beautiful little milk snake here. It's gonna be heating up fast, so I'm not gonna spend too much time messing with this guy. We're gonna get a couple quick photos and keep flipping and see if we can get another one or something else. So one more look at this guy before we put him back under his rock. Really beautiful little milk snake here in Missouri. What a good looking little red milk. All right, guys, while we were taking pictures of the milk snake, Ben spotted this little speckled king coming out of a hole. I do believe this is the first one of these I've seen in Missouri. Pretty cool. Always nice to see king snakes in new states and new places. So pretty handsome little snake. I love the two-tonedness on the sides we see here in like the Ozark Plateau area. So really cool. All right, we're gonna put this guy back. Keep at it. All right, guys, right there is a western slender glass lizard. One of the things I was really hoping to see today. Chad spotted this guy flying through the glass. Chad spotted this guy flying through the grass. That is so awesome.
That it was just one detach point.
That is such a handsome animal. Slender glass lizards are
so nutty, dude.
One of my favorite animals on the planet. They're just so awesome.
Like a Lego piece.
So we're taking pictures of this glass lizard, and a Blanchard's cricket frog just came to hang out with him. Cool. Here's one more look at this beautiful little glass lizard. He's actually not little, he's quite large. They get bigger, but I mean, that is a fair-sized glass lizard for sure. It's really starting to warm up out here, so we're gonna let him continue on with his day. And we're gonna go see if we can find anything else. But I mean, it's all downhill from here. This is absolutely the coolest thing we could have found here, in my opinion. Next up being a coach whip, probably. So we're gonna keep at it. Maybe we will see a coach whip. Feels like as good a day as any for one. So we're gonna let this guy go and keep hiking. These guys are so well adapted to live in these grassy environments. And you can even barely see him, and he's right here. All right, guys, there we go. Second milk of the day I just flipped. Definitely not quite as nice as the first one, but certainly nothing to scoff at. All right, milk snake number 2 for the day. Back into, well, he doesn't quite know where he's at, but I'm sure he'll go under one of these here. Yeah, there we go. Milk snake number 2. Alrighty, be here for the crabs. Oh, we got a ringer. He's a handsome boy. Love that light gray look. Not as many ringnecks today as I would expect. Here's another one of these, as if we haven't seen enough already. Kind of a big one. Rough earth snake.
Fantastic.
Oh, is that
That's a
racer? Huh. He gave me a little scare for sure.
Yeah.
How even? Going up with it this way? Little rough earth race runner.
I mean, I think the reason there's not one. Oh, wow!
Oh!
What the hell?
All right, guys, we brought this ridiculous looking milk snake over into the shade to get a little bit of a better look at him. Definitely the nicest one of the day. And really unique looking. I mean, those saddles are just really strange. They've got that weird notch in them. He's got super high white. Really insane looking little milk snake. Definitely my favorite one of the day. But yeah, absolutely stunning. We're gonna put this guy back under his rock. It is real hot right now, mid 80s. Starting to feel about like nap 30. So we might end up taking a few more pictures of this guy and making our way back to the cars here soon. So we're gonna put him back under his rock and continue with our day.
You look good on that moss.
He do. Dude, what even? What? Why is he like this? Dude, we just hiked a hognose. What is going on out here? That is absurd. What a day we're having out here in Missouri. Beautiful eastern hognose that we kind of spooked, I guess, as we were going to flip these rocks over here. Chad he kind of swam out from under Chad's feet. Just a really cool little tan eastern hognose snake.
Just a day for first.
This guy was just absolutely tearing through the grass. It's hard to believe I'm holding a hognose right now. I mean, if you were to grab a hognose in Georgia and just hold it like this, it would bleed out of its butthole and its mouth and play dead and poop all over you. This is the most tolerant, amazing boy of all time. I love him. What a guy. This guy is absolutely chilling. What an awesome little hog. They actually just found a copperhead over there, so I'm gonna leave this guy right here and go check out the copperhead. All right, guys, so Ben spotted this guy in the grass next to the rock he flipped. That is a really cool looking interray between the Osage and the southern copperhead. Formerly just an eastern copperhead, but definitely I'm gonna consider this my life for Osage for now. A really good looking snake though, a lot different from the copperhead we saw yesterday in southern Illinois. Really good looking, nice size copperhead too. Really good looking snake. This guy has entered grump mode and is currently trying to bite me. I ain't scared of you. I have a brain. Okay. Dude, look at these damp earths. That's a worm.
Oh, it's bath time.
They're taking a bath. Look at this worm. Oh. He's acting like an earth snake. All right, everyone, I'm currently en route to try to find a hotel for tonight. I don't know what is going on in Missouri this weekend, but there is just no hotels available, and the hotels that are available are ridiculously expensive. But I am absolutely gross. I need a shower, and I'm exhausted. Didn't sleep very much last night because I slept in my car. But anyways, today was absolutely insane. We might end up getting out a little bit this afternoon, but more than likely we're gonna get to the hotel and crash. But today was absolutely nuts. It might not have been the best day of the trip yet, but it was definitely the most well-rounded, if not the best. I mean, just seeing that much diversity and that many of my favorite species, it's just incredible. I don't even have words for it. The hognose, the glass lizard, the nice milk snakes, a king snake. I like Missouri a lot. Let's put it that way. I had an absolute blast today, and I'm probably going to be spending all day tomorrow here too, just exploring different areas. So anyways, today was absolutely insane. I hope the footage came out all right. I was just overwhelmed. I had the GoPro running, but I didn't charge my batteries. My camera battery was dead, so I kept having to borrow Ben's battery. It was just a mess. I have been a logistical mess this trip, but I'm having a blast, and we're finding a lot of cool snakes. So at the very least, I'll have a little bit of video of everything. Either way, I'm hoping this is going to be enough for a whole video from today, but if not, I might end up continuing it later. Good morning from Missouri, everybody. That's all I've got. I'm exhausted. We are here in a different area of the state. today, hoping to find some more of the same stuff. Really going to be doing a lot more rock flipping and habitat hiking, but just to show you what we're dealing with today. Really cool looking habitat, really cool looking karst rock, and hopefully it's home to some snakes. So I'm gonna strap the GoPro on. Got fully charged batteries, and we're gonna see what we can turn up. All right, guys, here's our first herp of the day. We saw a lot of these yesterday. A little 6-line race runner. Different look than the ones back home. These guys are a lot more green. But just gonna put him back under his rock. But this place is awesome looking. All right, guys, here's our first interesting find of the day, and actually the first snake. I haven't seen a ringneck or anything. Just this nice little speckled king. Unfortunately, he's deep in shed, so he's not looking his best, but I can tell this would be a pretty handsome snake out of shed. But like I said, deep in shed, so we're not gonna spend too much time photographing him. We're gonna put him back under his rock and keep flipping, but we're on the board for the day, so good start. All right, guys, Ben just flipped this really handsome and sizable narrowmouth toad. This is an eastern narrowmouth, same one we have in Georgia. Kind of interesting to see them in such a different habitat, and this one is huge, so kind of neat. We'll put him back under his rock and keep flipping. All right, guys, so this really nondescript little snake is the flat-headed snake, Tantilla gracilis, and these are a snake with a massive distribution across the Great Plains and even down south into South Texas and as far east as eastern Illinois, or as far east as western Illinois. So really interesting with a massive range, and they like this kind of nice open prairie type habitat wherever it exists. So here in central Missouri, probably a pretty good find, but I expect we might see a couple more of them today. All right, guys, here's our next snake of the day. Ben flipped another speckled king. This one is a juvenile and has a little bit of pattern on him still, but also not the best looking. Looks like he's about to go into shed or just about to come out of shed, so we're just gonna get some quick vouchers of him. But so far at this spot, we found 2 speckled kings and 1 tantilla in about an hour and a half. Nothing else. Really strange. All right, guys, here's our next snake of the day. A nice little in-shed western worm snake. Looking really cool and alien-like with that weird blue cast to him that the worm snakes get when they're in shed. But really handsome. Hopefully we'll see some nice out-of-shed adults today, because they are really handsome snakes and I enjoy seeing them. So we're gonna put this guy's rock back and let him go. All right, guys, the boys have flipped yet another speckled king. Little guy this time, smallest one yet. And also in shed. This is just a day of in-shed snakes yet again. Awesome. Anyways, I'm probably not even gonna take photos of this little guy. We'll just put him back under his rock and keep flipping. Hopefully we'll get a nice big adult that's not in shed. These guys were absolutely everywhere yesterday, but this is the first one of the day today. Little rough earth snake. We saw plenty of them last time, so I'm just gonna put him back. It is not even noon yet, and this is the 4th speckled king snake of the day. It's a little bit ridiculous. Anyways, we'll take some photos of him real quick. Alrighty, back to your rock, little guy. Speckled king number 4. Well, there's speckled king number 5. Gotten 2 more on the way back to the car at this first spot. This one is big and in shed, yet again. 'Tis the season, I guess. Alright, we'll put him back, keep flipping. It is starting to drizzle on us. Hopefully this is not going to turn into thunderstorms. If it's drizzling, it's fine, but if it starts thunderstorming, we'll have to take a hiatus until it stops.
Oh, this is a 2-personer.
All right, we're going to keep flipping.
No.
All right, guys. Juvenile coal skink, big black rat snake, and yellow-bellied racer, or southern and yellow-bellied racer integrate, I guess. And we still got a little bit more tin to flip. Look at this shed. That came from him. I mean, he's a big rat snake, but just goes to show how much sheds stretch. Stretch. And that is a handsome snake. Look at this guy. Beautiful black rat snake, also known as the western rat snake these days. And here's the racer that we found just before the rat snake. Really cool little intergrade between, I'm guessing, eastern yellow belly and black racer. Maybe a little bit of blue racer in there, but I don't think we're quite far enough north for that. But really cool looking snake either way. A little bit of a yellow lip going on there, much different than what we see in Georgia. So anyways, we're gonna take some quick pictures of these guys and put them back in their tin pile. All right, guys, even though this snake was a little bit bitey, really handsome black rat snake, we're gonna let him crawl back under his piece of tin. He's looking nice and clean after that shed. So we're just gonna leave him to it, and we're probably gonna go flip some more rocks now. It was a little productive tin site, quick stop. We're gonna hit the glades again. All right, guys, here's our next find of the day. We're making our way back to the car from the 10 spot, and right here is the first three-toed box turtle of the trip, and like probably only the 4th or 5th I've ever seen. I don't get into range of these guys very often, so when I do, it's always something I'm looking forward to seeing. It's got quite a pretty face. Their shells aren't nearly as vibrant as eastern box turtles. They're generally a kind of muted grayish yellow color, but the males can get really nice looking faces just like any box turtle. So really handsome little turtle. Look at this guy. I actually decided to pick him up and see if he would come out of his shell a little bit. And sure enough, he did. And he's really awesome looking, so. All right, my guy. Thanks for being cooperative. We'll put you right back where we found you. Get back to your mushroom hunting, I'm assuming, on this nice rainy day. He is making his way. There is a little cliff right there. You better watch out, bro. Look at him. He's tearing through the environment. Oh, behind the tree. Yep, there he goes. All right, guys. Ben just spotted a big, beautiful adult speckled king out on the crawl right here. That is awesome, with Indian paintbrush and everything. Well, it only took all day, but here in the rain, Ben spotted this big man's out on the crawl among the Indian paintbrush and dolomite rock. Perfect glades in Missouri. Speckled king snake. Rain is picking up, so we're gonna get photos before it starts pouring on us. All right, guys, just flipped our next snake of the day. Another nice yellow belly intergrade racer thing. Deep in shed this time, so we're just gonna put him back under the rock, but I figured I'd show him to you real quick. Alrighty, that is number 7, correct?
Huh?
I think, yeah, I think this is number 7. Yet another baby.
You're right.
Alrighty, well, we're gonna put this guy back. I already got photos of a baby today. I don't really feel the need to get my camera wet for another one, so put him back under his rock. Really hoping for a milk, but apparently it's just not gonna happen here. So we're gonna keep at it. Worst case, we might see a couple more of these guys. All right, guys, Ben has a nice little flathead here and an earth snake. Chilling right there. But this is our second flathead snake of the day. This one is not in shed. So he's looking nice and handsome. But it is still raining. I'm gonna put my phone up until we find something a little bit more interesting. And hope that this rain stops. All right, guys, I went to flip this rock. I flipped it and I looked up, spotted this guy sitting in the grass looking at me. Nice eastern garter snake. He's actually, hello.
He's large.
Wow. That is a indeed sizable eastern garter snake. What's up, dude? Hi. Probably a girl, actually, at that size. Alrighty, here's one more look at this garter snake before we leave her to her business. Really handsome snake. Obviously pretty common probably here in Missouri. I don't really know. Not terribly common where I live though, so I appreciate seeing them. So we're gonna leave her to her business and keep flipping rocks. Well, Ben just flipped our first milk snake of the day and sneezed his brain out of his nose. That is absolutely worth all of the trouble we went through today. It is kind of hard to believe it took us that long, but then again, this is an area that we had no idea what we were getting into today. Really no idea of how common anything was. So, I mean, that is awesome. Well, that is a stunner. We're gonna put this guy back under his rock and continue with our day. Milk snake number 1, and it took a long time to get it, so really stoked we finally got one today.
Yeah.
We have persisted through adversity and found the milk snake.
Paid off.
And sure enough, we just flipped a milk shed. I went over and looked at it. Next rock over, possibly the same snake. Very nice. Alrighty, guys, milk 2 of the day. We really had to work for him today. Hopefully that GoPro footage came out. My last GoPro battery died like the second I said milk and flipped the rock. I mean, that was perfect timing. God only knows how many rocks I flipped today with that thing running and knocked out a milk snake. So glad we got one on camera. And I got Ben flipping his, but I wasn't standing right beside him when he flipped it, so it wasn't quite the same. But either way, milk snake number 2 for the day. Probably going to be one of the last things we find. It's getting kind of late and we are starving. So we're going to put this guy back under his rock after a couple photos. This is a beautiful place to look for snakes, gotta be said. Missouri's awesome. I've had a blast out here. So with that said, we're gonna put what's probably gonna be the last milk snake of the trip back under his rock and start making our way back to the car.
Oh wow, he's
Look at those big speckles though.
For sure. Really
All right,
nice.
guys, just flipped our 8th speckled king snake of the day. This guy would be super handsome out of shed. Nice even speckling on this guy. It should be illegal to find so many in shed king snakes, but at least the milk snakes were not in shed. I would have really loved to see this guy out of shed. I bet he would be a very nice snake. He's still a very nice snake, but he'd be a screamer out of shed. Look at those lips. Either way, 8th one of the day. Really a great day for, I think this is the most I've ever seen in a day. I think I got 7 in a day in Oklahoma last year. So this is my most speckled kingy day of all time. We're gonna put him back and continue making our way back to the car. Those guys are over there flipping some more rocks, so I'm gonna get back to it. Our guy Trevor has flipped the 3rd milk snake of the day, and it is ridiculous. It's a baby, but just before he flipped that, me and Ben got a nice little speckled king too. Number, is this 9? No, this is 8.
9.
This is 9?
Yeah.
This is 9, number
You just
9.
found number.
Yeah, you're right. 9th speckled king and 3rd milk snake. Speckled king number 9 back to his nice little cap rock right here. We're gonna take some pictures of that thing. So the GoPro died right in time because apparently this area is ridiculous. I just flipped another milk, which might shed, and a little worm snake, and Ben got a ribbon. Just, what is even going on out here? We have effectively doubled the productivity of the day milk snake wise with this one little area right here. Trevor flipped that ridiculous little baby, and then I got this one that looks like just a little bit bigger version of it, a couple rocks over. And he did shed out. If you can't tell, that is a much nicer snake than it looked like a second ago. Lots of snakes are shedding right now, so I mean that is just ridiculous. That is amazing.
Dude, the super oculars on this thing, the white, oof.
The fake eyeball.
Alrighty, well we're gonna put this guy back under his rock, and I'm gonna take some pictures of this little beauty. And here's one more look at this little micro milk that Trevor flipped. This would probably by far be the nicest one of the day. Really low band count, but it's hard to really tell what a milk snake's gonna look like as an adult when he's a baby. So either way, it's absolutely stunning right now. So we're gonna take a couple photos of this guy and put him back under his rock too. That's 4 milk snakes total for the day now. When like, what, an hour and a half ago we had none, it feels like? I mean, we flipped most of the stuff we were planning on hitting today and didn't see any. Then we kind of got over here in this area and we just started getting into a ton of them all of a sudden. So, really cool. What is up, everyone? I am currently in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas, running the outro for this video. It's kind of hard to really summarize today because of how awesome it was. It was just a really great time all around, great way to end the trip. Got to spend some time in incredible habitat with some great friends. And hopefully I got some really great video footage of the whole thing, and I'm going to be able to make a really cool video out of it. But right now, it's late. I'm about to get gas and try to finish the last leg of my drive for the day. And then I'm going to crash really hard and then drive the rest of the way home tomorrow and start working on these videos. But anyways, just wanted to run a quick outro because I know the ending of this was kind of abrupt. After we found those last couple milk snakes, we just kind of ran out of habitat. We're like, all right, we've earned some good food, so we're going to go eat and call it a day. And that's what we did. I'm going to fill up my gas tank and I'm going to drive a little bit further down the road and find somewhere to sleep for the night and then finish the drive tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this road trip series as much as I enjoyed filming it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode.